everyone, it's Gavin from Balls to You, and here I am, I'm back. It's been a while since you saw my ugly mush on your screen. I understand, and I can only apologise for doing this now. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the What's in Your Drawers series, which is a compilation of animals that I've held back, animals that I feel will be game changers in the future, especially for the breeding team here at the HQ, and also just to help you guys with some IDing some particular genes in maybe some of your combos that you've hatched. If you haven't seen that series, I'll put a link somewhere up above. Click on that. There is a playlist. Go back and watch. I think we're up to about 20 episodes now, something like that, of What's in Your Drawers. It just helps you guys with IDing certain genes in certain combos that you may have hatched, and also gives you an insight of what's going to happen here in the future at the HQ. Today's video is going to be about Viper bedding, the hatchling block, and I've been inundated with questions on hatchling block versus breeder block, etc, etc. So what I'm going to do is obviously discuss that in detail. But first of all, if you are watching this video and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing, also hitting that notification bell, and also leave a comment in the comment box below and let me know what you guys want to see moving forward. We do have some egg cutting coming pretty soon, so super excited about that. It's not my clutch, but I am involved. But I'll leave it at that. Also, if you're not following Viper World on Instagram, get over and give Viper World a follow. And also, if you do want to try any products from Viper World, the website is live. It is www.viperworld.co.uk. So please get on the website, have a look and see if there's anything you would need for your beautiful and amazing collections out there. Right, let's get into today's video. The hatchling bedding. I've been inundated with questions about the hatchling bedding. You know, Gav, what would you use it for? Obviously, hatchlings, it's a no-brainer. But what else can we use it for? Well, I'm going to go and show you guys what we use it for here at the HQ, why I like the product, and why I like to sort of skip between the two of them. Sometimes I'll use the adult, sometimes I'll use the hatchling. I really do enjoy the hatchling bedding because I just feel the animal just has a bit more of a softer bedding, if that makes sense. Quite sort of, you know, that's the human side of me, you know, wanting them animals to have comfort, quality and all that sort of stuff. So I really do enjoy the hatchling bedding. I'm going to break down some blocks, show you some I've prepared and made earlier, and show you exactly how much you get in a hatchling block. So enough of me talking, let's get on, let's see the evidence for ourselves, and let's get into today's video. Come with me. So guys, I'm going to show you very quickly what the hatchling bedding is, and I know you've probably seen some of my videos on how to make this, how I advise you do it, etc, etc, but I'm going to show you again before I show you what I use the hatchling bedding for, obviously apart from hatchlings. So we've got some blocks basically broken down and made up. I've got two tubs here. This is a 74 litre, I believe, a really useful tub. This is one block that I've made up that's in here. It's still not 100% broken down. You can still see there's still some chunks which I can just literally just crush and it breaks down pretty easy. What I use is potentially either boiling hot water or super hot water coming out your tap, and the reason why I do that is, one, I find it breaks down the bedding a lot quicker and a lot easier. Second of all is, with it being boiling hot water or very hot water, if there is any unnasties in there, which I've not come across anything, but if there is, boiling hot water will help sanitize the bedding as well. So you kind of get in a double whammy. You know, it's breaking down the bedding quicker, and it's also helping with the sterilization process, which you don't really need to do with this bedding. But it's, again, I know some of you may worry about that because maybe you've had bedding before that does harbor bacteria, so you're kind of a bit worried about that. Trust me, you don't have to worry about it on this. But I just mainly use the boiling hot water or the very hot water just to break it down a lot quicker. And you'll see what I mean by this block here, or this half a block. So all I'm going to do, just gently pour the hot water on, and you will see very shortly that it will start. Hopefully you can see that slowly expanding. Like so, and that's basically all I do. I leave it. I don't wait until I've run out of bedding. Well, I try not to, but obviously I'm only human. Sometimes I run out of bedding. But what I advise you guys to do is to make up your bedding, you know, a couple of days before you're due to run out, and I'll explain why in a moment. So all I do, pour the hot water on like so, and just watch it seep in like so, and it will go all the way through over any dry bits. Like so. Now, I get asked as well, how much water do I need? Well, that was just a kettle full of water. I would tend to, it's going to be a trial and error thing, okay guys? It's how you want your bedding. So this stuff here, I broke down half of it already, has been in the room, and what I like about this, I can make it up so it's wet like that, and then let it dry or air dry in the room, depending on how damp I want the bedding. And then it'll also help with humidity as well in your room. If you've got a reptile room, that will help as well. So this has been drying, as you can see, for a few days, and it's dry. If I dig a bit deeper down, obviously it starts to get a bit more damp, which is fine. Again, it's how you want your bedding. So that's how I make it up. Very quick. Obviously, you guys have seen me make this up before. So yeah, just a little gentle reminder: boiling hot water or very hot water out your tap, and that will start to break down super quick. Here's some I made earlier. Literally earlier. No, I made some of this yesterday. So as you can see, there's 2 blocks in here. This is a bigger container. I think this is a 90 litre container. And as you can see, it's not all broke down for demonstration purposes of the video. So again, I'll just let this break down in the air, let it dry. And I like to use the bedding 50-50. I like to use it 50% wet, 50% dry, because I find it helps with humidity within your tubs, within your racking, within your vivariums, whatever you're using it on. It really does make a massive difference. The good thing about the bedding, if you are suffering with too much humidity in your room, this will also act as a sponge. So it will also draw air out of your room, which will then obviously help it break down a lot easier. This was made up earlier on. As you can see, it just breaks down dead easy, and you can just use it as and when you want it. So I always make up 2 batches of bedding. I've got one in the breeder room, which is obviously breeder block, and then I use one in the hatchling room for the hatchling stuff. But I am starting to use the hatchling bedding in the gravid females tubs, because I really like the way they use it for nesting, which I think is just an added bonus of this bedding. It can be used for nesting. I've also know people who have used it for substrate for your hatchling box. So when you've got a clutch of eggs, they'll put a layer of this down, they'll put down their dragon hatch trays, or they'll however they prefer to suspend the eggs. Really soak it down, and again, it's good for holding humidity in your egg boxes. It'll also draw humidity away from the eggs as well. Not necessarily drying them out, but it will keep the water where it needs to be. So, hatchling bedding, multiple things you can do with it, multiple ways you can use it. I really like it, and a lot of people who have used it have converted from the breeder block to the hatchling block. This as well would work very well in terrariums, vivariums, bioactive setups, because of how natural it is. It is literally ground down coconut, and it really does work very well. You know, if you've got geckos, they can bury their eggs in there, monitor lizards, etc. It's just great. If you've got a nesting box for some of your colubrids or your other species, again, this can be used as part of the nesting cycle within your nesting box. It's great. It's not dirt. It's not dust. It is fine, fibrous coconut fibers, and I really do love this stuff. Right, let's have a look at some females who are about to lay eggs sitting on the hatchling bedding. So as you can see here, we've got a dreamsicle female that's due to give birth, lay a clutch of eggs sort of in the next sort of 3 to 4 days. And as you can see with the hatchling bedding, what she's done over on this side here, she sort of dug herself out a nest. Now what I like about this is, as I've said before, the female will find the hot spot that she requires, because in her head she's going to incubate those eggs for the duration of the period, which is 55 days, 60 days, depending on your temperatures. So she feels in her head she's going to incubate those eggs for the duration. And as you can see, she's not fully at the back, okay, and she's not fully at the front. That's where my females feel the most happiest, and they tend to sort of lie around this area, around the water bowl normally. But what I love about the hatchling bedding, guys, is again, you can see that female's made that beautiful nest, and that for her is where she's going to lay her eggs and have her babies. So using the hatchling bedding, we can certainly give a female some fantastic substrate, let's say, to do what she needs to do, i.e. lay a clutch of eggs. And then I love the fact that we can then take her off the eggs, and she's got them all in this nice little nest, and boom, they're all there. The other thing I like about it is, if for whatever reason she would try and kick them out, or you have some rollout eggs, because she's made that divot there and there, you can't really make it out, but it is there. The eggs will stay close to her, or will stay where she felt they were needed to be laid. So there's not one going to roll out over towards the front. There's not one going to roll out towards the back. They're going to kind of stay where mommy's. Having the ability for the female to make that nest, for me, is just great. It's fantastic. Let's have a look at another female who's just done a pre-lay shed, who's on the hatchling bedding, and let's see the difference between a mom that's about to lay and a mom that's going to lay, let's say, in the next 30 days. Let's have a look. So this female has literally just given me a pre-lay shed this morning, which, as you can see, she's a beautiful clown female. She's been bred to an Enchi blackhead het clown, and as you can see, she's given me a pre-lay shed. So I'm going to take the pre-lay shed away. It's okay, sweetheart. So we're going to take the urate out as well. Just get rid of that. And we're going to mark on a tub that she has now had a pre-lay shed. Now, as you can see, we've started to replace the normal bedding, which is at the front, for the hatchling bedding, which is at the back. Now, you can see as well, she's not quite made that nest yet, because she's not there. She's not where that dreamsicle female was, where she's preparing to make the nest. You can see she's full, she's ready, she's a little bit agitated, obviously, because she's pregnant, bless her. So you've got to understand as well, like I said, these are animals that will do what they're not tame, if that makes sense. So I like to make them feel comfortable as best as possible. But you can see she's warming herself up. She's currently incubating those eggs inside her, which a lot of people don't understand. Before they actually lay their eggs and we take them away to artificially incubate them, they actually do incubate them internally, which is something that, you know, the incubation period has actually already started. So it's something, just a bit of fun fact there. You can see she's gearing up for me. What we will do is we will do another spot clean, because obviously she's got 30 days potentially before she lays. That's the average. They can lay 21 days or up to 56 days after a pre-lay shed. What we will do over the next couple of weeks, obviously, will be spot cleaning her and making sure she's okay. She will go to the toilet one last time before she passes the eggs, which again, then we will fully put the hatchling bedding in there and make it so she's comfortable and she's good to go. Let's just leave her at that, because I've got a feeling she's going to be a little bit cranky if I try to go in there now and just try and show her beauty off. So let's leave her in there alone to enjoy in peace, let's say. So there you have it, guys, the hatchling block from Viper World. Again, if you are interested in trying it and you are in the UK, unfortunately it is just for the UK at the moment. If you are interested in trying it, please go to the website, which is www.viperworld.co.uk, and place your order. There is a bit of a competition on at the moment, I believe. So if you do place an order, you stand a chance of winning a free block and some Viper Venom, which I'll be doing a video on as well, just to show off what Viper Venom is all about. I've currently been trying it and I am absolutely blown away. The other thing, guys, we have set up a merch shop. I've been inundated with messages. Gav, when can we get these t-shirts? So the long and short of it is the new merch shop is linked in the description box below. Drop down the description box, have a look. Buy your partner some merch from Balls to You. There's some nice plush teddies and all sorts of Peaky Blinders and all sorts of stuff going on there. So feel free to get on there, go and follow the link and grab yourself some merch. But for now, guys, I hope you're all well. I hope I hope the breeding season's going fantastic for you all. Remember, leave a comment in the comment box below. Let me know what you think of the hatchling bedding. Is it something you would try? Is it something that you're not interested in? Again, any feedback is fantastic. Hit that notification bell, subscribe if you haven't, and also give me a thumbs up for more content like this. But for now, guys, I hope you're all well. Take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
I hit record a job, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming.